What's up to all my subs and Patreons? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode here of Phoenix Beach. And thank you for supporting me and my channel as well. I really appreciate that. So, what today I have to show you... Wait, what today? Is that even a sentence? Oh well, anywho. Let's move ahead and... God, I love this entrance. I'm so proud of this entrance. This is my favorite thing I've probably done. So, I'm glad you guys are getting to see this with me here. I have been working a little bit on the inside here. Not much, but I did take a little bit of time out the other day to kind of work around on the park and kind of figure out where some placements and stuff are going to be. So a few things that we will kind of take a look at here that's changed is, of course, the dodgems were down there next to the pendulum ride there. And I decided to move those out and make this maybe a little bit more curved, and not have just like a straight kind of just pathway going all the way down through there, and instead maybe do something a little different. So there was a couple of options on what I could place here, and I did have one ride down here, but I decided to switch that out for the flying scooters, because I feel like the flying scooters will look really good right here as well. And then down on the other side of the beach is where I moved the dodgems to. So let me just kind of shift down here because I use the controller when I move around my parks like this and show things off. So this is where the dodgems are going to be from now on. I will probably try to maybe move that a little further ahead. But I mean, this is basically where they are going to be, I feel. And then of course, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. You probably have, but I did put the Ferris wheel inside of the turnaround there on our coaster, and I thought that really works really nice there. And I'd like to do something on the other side down there too, but there's just not a whole lot of rides I can find that will fit down there inside of the other one, other than the Hyper Jump or Ascension, which are like the power shot rides, the drop towers. Those will fit in there because they're kind of small, but I feel like I kind of want to put those somewhere else. And I don't really want to put them down there. So they do look good there, but I think I'd rather save them for something else. Alright, and let's see. Other than that, just basically kind of moving a couple of things around, and that's pretty much it. I did come out here, and I did work a little bit around out here. So I did put some a nice little fence down. Those of you who ever watched my Crystal Gardens episode may recognize the fence. It got a little bit of love in Crystal Gardens, and I thought it would work really well here, right up against the coaster's edge right there, as well as these trees to block off the back of the building. What I may do is, I was kind of looking at this, let me move back here, and I was looking at, you know, how you're actually looking at the back of the building and stuff, and it doesn't really look all that great. What I might do is take some billboards and then like do like a sky background and kind of put like, say they painted the back of the building to look like a sky, maybe. That's kind of what I was kind of thinking about doing. So, and the last thing I've done since the last episode is I've shortened the roof here a little bit on our theater. I just brought it down a little bit to make it more in line with the coaster. I also moved the entire building down here a little bit, and I made it bigger, like thickness wise, like this way from here to the back. I made it bigger that way too. So I also put, you guys will notice there's guests coming and going out from there. I put our entrances to the park and stuff into the actual area right inside of there. So what I'll probably end up doing is a bunch of these, like in all of the different buildings. It's going to line our main strip down through here. I'll probably put those in like all of those, so it looks like guests are coming and going out of like different buildings to go into the park. I feel like that would probably work. I also moved the main road down, or not down, but out a little bit as well, to that way we could kind of make this building bigger, because it just didn't, it seemed like it was just too small to incorporate like 12 theaters, and it actually still may be, but I think it works fairly well for what I want it to do, so I'm good with that actually. And now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and work on the thing for today. I also do want to definitely apologize for last month. I did not make an episode last month, and I very much apologize for that. I will try to make it up for you this month as best I can. I've just been so busy. I've been trying to keep up with daily videos on my channel, trying to keep up with building in my different parks, and trying to keep up with everything else as well. So it's been, with working and everything now, it's been really rough. So I do appreciate you guys for sticking with me, though. I definitely do. There will be more from Phoenix Beach this month. I can guarantee at least one more episode this month. And then I'll try to do 2 every month. So I know I keep saying I'm going to try to do 2 every month, and I don't, but I am really trying. So just bear with me. I'm just trying to get into like a shift, I guess you could say, in kind of into a pattern that will work, and then from there we will figure everything else out from there. So in the meantime, guys, let's head on over to the time-lapse and see what I built for you today. Alright guys, so here we are in the time-lapse build, and I'm going to try to make this kind of as quick as I possibly can, but I can't really time-lapse it too much, because then it's just going to like zoom completely down. It's going to be going by so fast that you're not going to see what's happening, and I've been trying to avoid that recently and trying to make better videos. So but I still have to, I mean, it was about an hour and a half of footage, so I got to time-lapse this down and make the video try to be as short as possible. So the first thing I'm doing here is starting out, I'm just kind of building a framework for something here. I tried a couple of different variations on what kind of walls and stuff I would use, and I just found the stucco was going to be the best kind of wall for what I wanted to do. I also played around a lot with different kinds of windows before I actually started this as well. What I'm building right now is based upon an actual building that is in South Beach, and it's a famous hotel right along the Ocean Drive, I think. Some of you may know it, but it is actually called the Breakwater Hotel. It's a very interesting looking building. I really liked it. I was going through, I knew what I wanted to do today was build a hotel to go along the strip. And I have like all of these different photos of different kinds of hotels and stuff for like California-esque, Florida-esque kind of, that kind of like coastline kind of feel, and very tourist-like. So I have a bunch of these different photos and stuff that I've been looking through, and I just kind of kept coming back to this one. I thought, you know what, I want to do this one. This is the one I want to do. There's others that I will be doing as we progress through the rest of the park and stuff, and doing everything, because like I've said in the beginning, I'm going to be doing more than just the actual park. I'm going to be doing a whole tourist strip, and by that I mean, if any of you have ever been to, say, Gatlinburg, you will know that Gatlinburg has like almost every single thing in the city is very tourist like. There's just like a Ripley's Believe It or Not, there's the aquarium, there's all these hotels and restaurants and stuff that are just lining the street all the way down through there. T-shirt shops, everything, and they completely line this entire street. And I kind of want to capture that feel, but do it not Gatlinburg like, because obviously I have Silverwood that I'm doing kind of that like rustic kind of southern kind of charm, but I want to do like a coastal kind of city kind of thing. Something very beach-like, something very Santa Cruz, because the actual park itself it's somewhat loosely based upon Santa Cruz Beach, because I really love Santa Cruz. I feel like that's probably my favorite beach boardwalk, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're going to build a boardwalk park, where's your pier? Not every boardwalk park is a pier park. Not every one of those has a pier. Things like Santa Cruz don't. They just have like, it's a beach. And it's a park that's on a beach, so they call it a beach boardwalk. To me, that kind of defines what a boardwalk is, in my opinion. I'm not saying that the other parks are not boardwalk parks. I'm just saying there's different kinds of boardwalk parks. So enough about that, and kind of talking about that. I probably won't talk too much during this. At least I don't think I might. Who knows? I may end up kind of talking a little longer. I don't know. But, you know, basically I had this design. I had this picture. A couple of different pictures, actually. I also brought it up on Street View as well, so I could kind of get a more kind of better look at it. from different angles and stuff and kind of see how things kind of were put together on it. And the hardest part to me was, I think, the windows. I'm not happy with these windows that I ended up doing. And truth be told, I may end up going back and completely redoing these windows and just doing like maybe, I may end up doing like black or maybe glass or something. I know I have that really good glass and stuff that I got off the Theme Maker's Toolkit items. So I may do that and then kind of put like small beams and stuff over it. Kind of like I did on our theater that we did, our Cineplex. How I made the glass etchers and stuff like that. So I may do that and then put maybe some billboards or something behind it to make it look like rooms or something. I don't know, but I'm not 100% happy with the windows that I use, but I feel it gets the point across well enough, and in the end it works, just not as well as I would like it to. But out of all the windows that we have in the game, these were the only ones I found that actually worked for now, just for doing this. And I already knew this was going to be a difficult build, so I didn't want to spend too much time just working on windows, and instead I kind of wanted to get into the actual building itself. And so it's not going to be a perfect recreation, but it is going to be based upon the breakwater. There were a few minor kind of adjustments that I made that suited me better. Also, for just ease of actually making the building, I thought this worked better as well. And if you compare the two photos, which I probably will towards the end of the video, you will see that they're very closely resemble each other, but there are some differences. And of course, you know, with Planet Coaster, you're going to have differences and stuff, things you can't do, just because of the sizing and things like that. So without actually having a piece specifically made for what you need, you have to kind of work around with stuff. And of course, we all know this. Anybody who plays Planet Coaster knows this. We gotta adjust with what we have, with what we can work with. And like the top fencing here, I really thought that the vintage fencing really fit the kind of building and stuff that I was going for here. So I went with that. I actually use a few things from Ghostbusters in this too. I figured, you know, Dragon Mist, she got me the pack, and you know, I don't really see, the only thing in that pack that I kind of liked was the walls. So I've been like, well, I don't really know where I can use these at. So I've been trying to like look and see, and there's these windows in a pack that actually fit quite well for the bottom floor. So you guys will notice what I ended up doing. The first thing I ended up doing, first of all, was I did kind of from the window floor up. So this is about 4 floors, 4 if you count the roof, basically. So it's got the first floor, which is, I guess, the entry lobby and all that, which is more of just a bottom floor. And then you have 2 floors of windows, and then you have the roof, which is like a dining area, restaurant kind of thing that's on top of it. So it's a fairly tall building, and it's decently sized. It's no skyrise or anything, because this was built in, I don't know, probably the 1920s or something. I don't know the history of the Breakwater Hotel. I just know I really like the building and the architecture behind it. It's very, very Art Deco, and I really like that. It screams like Florida, Miami Beach kind of to me. And I'm pretty sure that it's probably been used in a few movies and stuff as well. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Scarface actually took place in a few of the hotels. Like some of the entrance scenes and stuff on there on Scarface was a lot based on Ocean Drive, if I'm not mistaken. I've only seen Scarface like one time. I know, right? Like, I've never seen Scarface, but I have seen it like once. And I've seen bits and pieces of it, you know, after that and before. But I've only actually ever watched the movie all the way through one time. But I really remember the very beginning of that with the hotel and stuff. And, you know, him just driving down the avenue. And he's like, the world, S.A., the world, you know. So that, I don't know. I kind of like that old, I think that was set in the 70s or maybe 60s or something like that. But these buildings have been around for a very, very long time, and they're very Art Deco, and it's just that style. And I was really trying to capture that style for like a lot of old hotels and stuff that have been kind of remodeled and redone to make them more touristy. Touristy is the word I'm going for today, and it's the key word for this park, basically. So yeah, like I said, I don't know how I'm gonna like find something to talk about throughout this entire video. It's just it's gonna be a little longer than I wanted, but I can't really cut it down a whole lot more. But I'm very happy with how this building came out. It's lovely, especially like when I get done with it here at the end of the time-lapse. It is a nice looking building, but the final touches I put on it afterwards, before that you will see after the time-lapse here, really made this building pop. Putting the roof, putting on like the signage and all of that stuff, I loved how it came out. And it's the perfect centerpiece, so it's going to go basically kind of right where it's at, but split around. Well, not split around, but turned around. So I'm going to 180 it around so it's facing the park. And this is going to be the big building that you see when you step outside of the main gate of the park. If you're coming out of the park through the main gate, it's going to be front and center right there facing you. And there's another reason I did that is because of... I'll finish off this time-lapse talking about this. So all of the buildings that's kind of going to be along the strip, I am most likely going to be naming after my Patreons, my subs, people that have supported me through like a bunch of different stuff. Like our theater ended up being the Cineplex 12, the Lex is what I call it, and Lady Lex is my girlfriend, and she's been fantastic, and I couldn't ask for a better girlfriend, so I wanted to kind of do something for her, and that's how we have the Lex is the name of the theater. So this one here, I'm going to follow those same rules, and I will talk about that here as soon as we get into the live view. But I do want to say that, like, if you've been a big supporter of me, if you've supported my live streams, if you're a Patreon, anything like that, know that you will get something in this park. Something will be kind of named after you or themed for you. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about a bunch of different stuff like that, and I kind of got an idea of everything, but we got more hotels we got to do, so some people may get hotels, some people may get some businesses, maybe some restaurants named after them. But I think it's really gonna really make everything kind of really nice and cohesive as well. And I really just like the idea of doing that. I really like the idea of giving back to you guys who are supporting me. I mean, it's not a lot, but I hope you guys appreciate it. Just having something in one of my parks that has your name on it. I know with Crystal Gardens, what I did for Crystal Gardens was I put a VIP parking thing down, and then every time somebody would sub or support me or donate, I would put their name on a VIP parking thing. So for this, a little different, since this is only for patrons and subs. I just kind of am doing this slightly different. So, but with all of my parks, eventually I'm going to put some kind of credit to everybody that is going to be in every single park that I do. Now, I haven't done anything with Silverwood yet as far as that goes, but it is coming. I probably will do that towards the end. I'll look back and see who all my biggest supporters and stuff were, and kind of add their names and stuff into something in that. So, but as you can see here, the building has very much been just about done. I'm just finishing up the little details and stuff on it here. I really love how it came out. I'm very, very happy with it. It captures that Art Deco feel that I really wanted to try to get. And just a few adjustments here and there, and we'll be good to go. And we're going to jump out of this and head into the actual live view. I think the only other thing I needed to do right here was just kind of adjust a couple of things. But right there where the main windows are in the front center piece right there, that needs a little something, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with that, but I hadn't figured it out yet. So I actually don't even know if I fixed that. Oh well. Okay, let's head on over to the live view, shall we? Alright guys, so here we are back in the actual real-time view, And we are inside this park. I wanted to start in here real quick because I did kind of want to do a reveal real quick. Also, I really love this entrance plaza. I mean, I love showing it off. I especially love the coaster right there going over top of the entrance. And I love this little kind of like camelback hump right here as well, kind of coming out through it. It looks brilliant, especially when the coaster comes through there. There we go. Woo! Yeah, it's got to be some airtime there. All right, so let's head out of the park. So like I said, our new hotel is going to be right across the street, front and center as soon as you step out. And you can see I've been kind of doing some work with some palm trees and stuff as well. So here we have the brand new, well, newly renovated Sierra Hotel. And the reason it's called the Sierra is I named this one after my daughter. So our theater is named after my girlfriend, and the first hotel in our park is named after my daughter. Because like I said, it's not going to just be people who support me and patrons and stuff. You guys are coming, but I also want to give like little shout outs to people in my life as well. So especially those who I care about and things like that. So I decided to name our first hotel the Sierra because it is probably one of the best ones I've done, and I really love this. I mean, it's brilliant. You can see I kind of also put some tables and stuff down here as well. There will be a entrance, like a spawn point, will be probably inside the hotel for now. I actually may turn that into an actual hotel at some point as well. So we'll see. I haven't really messed around with the hotels. My understanding is they don't really work, so they're kind of pointless to have anyway, but I will consider it. But I just kind of want to show off everything here and kind of how it looks. The font that you see on the lettering for that is actually made by Fog. Fog has some brilliant fonts. If you just search the word font in the workshop, you will see these. These are made out of triangles, and he did a brilliant job with that. I did have to change the R's a little bit because I wasn't happy with how the R looked, but they fit perfectly right on our building right there, and I love how this looks, especially with the palm trees and stuff. This is the only other, well, this is the first time in Planet Coaster that I've done anything with a California palm tree, Florida kind of look to it, and I think it came out great. I really love it. And then of course we also put some tables and stuff up on here as well. Now I haven't done the back of the building, so please don't judge me on that. I will get to it. I wanted to finish this up so I could get this out to you guys and for a video. So I'm also probably going to put maybe a bar or something up here, or maybe not. Honestly, these buildings are really just fillers, so I don't know if I'm actually going to do any kind of bar or anything up here. But I might, and then I actually may put this on the workshop as well. So we will see. We will see what happens. It does have lighting for night as well. I would love to show you guys that here in just a moment. And I realize it doesn't look like much by itself because there's no background to it or anything, and the back of all of this is very kind of ugly, and just standing alone by itself, it doesn't really show it in all of its glory. But I think once we get more buildings and get our main street and stuff lying down through here, I think this is really gonna be like a very eye-catching building. I really do. I'm very happy with it. Well, anyway, that's gonna be it for, well, wait, before I go, I said I would show you night, didn't I? Ah, God, I'm forgetful. All right, let's see here. It would be fantastic. I've said this so many times, but I just wish we did. I wish we had a button where we could switch it from AM to PM. Just, back and forth like that. That would be great. All right. So there we have a night view of it. Close out that, and that way I can show you guys the night view. I worked really hard to, I hadn't seen the lettering on that after I did the lighting. That's nice. Yeah, this just screams neon, doesn't it? This really looks like Ocean Drive to me right now. I'm loving this. Okay. Wow, this is fantastic. And then of course we also have our theater down there as well. And then lighting for the coaster and the lighting for the entrance and everything. So it's going to be very touristy. I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick build here. Well, not really quick, but I hope you enjoyed this video here of me building here in Phoenix Beach. If you are watching this and you are not a Patreon or a Twitch sub, first of all, I don't know how you got it. Second of all, if I would very much appreciate if you would maybe become one, so you can kind of keep up to date on the rest of this park. I will try to do another video this month for you guys. It is coming up on the end of the month. I only got like maybe 8 days maybe left to do it, if even that. And yeah, so that's gonna be it from Phoenix Beach. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all your support. I seriously appreciate it. You guys are helping me really kind of become more independent. I'm not there yet, but I just really kind of want to do YouTube and Twitch full time. I'd also like to find some time to work on my own game. I do like to dabble in Unity, and I haven't been able to do that in a while, and I really want to be able to do that, but I just don't have the time between everything else. So, you know, if I could ever kind of get to the point where I am more independent and I don't have to actually work and can just do full-time Twitch and YouTube, that'd be fantastic, because that will also free up some time for me to work on my own video game. I'm getting up there in age, and I just kind of want something to leave behind for everybody. But anyway, guys, I'm going to head out of here. Thanks so much for watching wherever you are in the world. Thank you for your support. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you guys later. What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and click on the bell to stay on top of all my new videos and live streaming events here on YouTube. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the names you see on the right for their support through donations, Patreon, and through Twitch subs. If you would like to join their ranks and you are able, you can do so by clicking on any of those links in the video description down below. No worries though, if you don't like giving away money like that, you can still support the channel by purchasing games or anything through Greenman Gaming, through Humble Bundle, or through Amazon by clicking on my links and making your purchase. A little bit of that goes towards me to support the channel. If you still can't get enough of me, you can always check me out live on twitch.tv and stay up to date with me on Twitter as well. Now that's going to be it, but I can't say thank you enough for all your support here on the channel. Wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you later.